I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man, and we're entering the Liberation Front headquarters for the Liberation Front. We're going to ask for permission to enter. Let's do that. A glimpse of the madness. You're Roland Painter, aren't you? We were told of your coming. Heroes of Erosia, we of the Doman Liberation Front are honored to receive you. If you would be so good as to follow me. Well, it looks a little worse for wear here. Maybe it's not the best times. We've got an aetheryte tower there that's broken.
This is the House of the Fears, but there are so few of them.
Yeah, they've been at war.
Many kindred spirits remain in hiding following the rebellion. Many others gave their lives for their nation. We are a stubborn remainder. Even accounting for our comrades in the field, we are at a fraction of our former strength, 'tis true. Yet we few are patriots. Brothers in arms, prepared to fight with every fiber of our being to set our people free.
Yeah, you tell them, General.
Ever are we hopeful that others will join our cause, but never did I dream that you would journey so far.
It's Yugiri.
Yugiri! Gods, it's good to see you. You look great, by the way. Have you been here long?
I returned but recently, having concluded my mission. Oh, it is good to see you again, my friends.
Did I hear aright? Your mission is concluded? Then you have found the young master.
Ere we speak of that, I would know by what fortuitous circumstance our friends came to be here.
Yeah, we followed you here, basically.
The Empire's crimes are all too familiar. Lys, my heart goes out to your people.
We wanted to stay and fight, believe me, but we knew it wouldn't work. We needed more time to rebuild, and more allies to stand with us against the Empire. So we decided to come here and help you free Doma, to show everyone that you're not alone, and that the Garleans can be beaten if we work together. I'd like to think we proved that in the Ruby Sea.
That you did, Lys, and far more besides. Needless to say, your assistance would be most welcome.
Hear, hear. Now then, Yugiri, you must tell me of your search for our master.
Lest you wonder, he speaks of Lord Hien, son of Lord Cayenne, who perished during the rebellion. When it became clear that all hope of victory had gone, Lord Hien bade us deliver as many of our people as we could to safety beyond our borders. But as his father's heir, he was determined to fight on, and so he did, until he suffered a grievous wound in battle and vanished without a trace. Until now. For I have found Lord Hien, seen and spoken with him, on the Azim steppe.
O boundless and merciful Kami, the young master lives. Tell me, was he well? Did his wound yet ail him? Where is he now? Have you brought him back to us?
You may take comfort in the knowledge that he is hale and whole. However, when I invited him to return with me to Doma, he had this to say. If Doma yet thirsts for the blood of patriots and tyrants, I shall offer unto her my blade. But if she has had her fill of bitter draughts, I shall offer unto her conquerors my head. Thrice did I declare to him that no true son or daughter of Doma would ever accept such a sacrifice. But for all my passion, he would not be swayed. Learn the truth of her heart and return to me, he said. And so I left him.
The words of one made to wear the mantle of leadership too soon.
Well, to put it simply, he went through some battle, some war, and isn't entirely sure that that's what his country wants him to do, because, they're not warriors. Some are. I mean, they have warriors, but it looks like most of those, were killed. If you remember, when Yugiri came to Erosia, she brought all the refugees she could find with her to keep them safe. They had no place to go without, dying. So it's a broken country. And before he tries to go on and save it, he needs to know it's worth saving, that the people are with him. So, and that's what that's all about. I think he's, like he says, he's a leader too young. He got thrown into it when his dad got killed. And, it's a hard road to hoe.
Yet there is wisdom in them all the same. If the people no longer yearn to be free, it would be folly to rekindle the fires of war.
To suffer our master, to surrender his life and forsake all hope of freedom is by far the greater folly. I will not go to face my fallen comrades having done naught to stop it.
You tell him, Yugiri.
Nor I, Shadow Walker, nor I. But we need not rouse our comrades to battle this day. Let us instead welcome our honored guests and allow them a moment of respite.
Okay, I have a character of Yugiri, but she has a special hair do that you can't get anywhere. So I tried to make her look as close as I could, but if you notice, her hair comes down in two sections. There's no other hairdo like that. And then in the front, it has two that come down the side here. I had to choose one that looked close to what she's wearing from the front and not worry about what's behind her. So the haircut that I've got on my character, she looks the same. She's got the same dragon effects on her. Same tail, same height, same weight. Everything is the same. Her eye colors are the same. It's just a hairdo that I couldn't recreate. I'll show her to you one of these days. All right, what are we supposed to be doing? Speak with your friends. As you can see, they went to great lengths to disable the Aetheryte, apparently. In the twilight days of the rebellion, they feared that Xenos would be willing to risk sending unattuned conscripts. That said, it's hardly irreversible. They have the necessary material. It would be a challenge to repair it alone, but mayhap my brother will help. So they're going to work on fixing that. That's good. We need a way in and out of here besides drowning ourselves. Oh God, that's hot. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is my morning cup of tea. I'm barely getting now. I had some stuff I needed to do this morning, and I needed to record. And I kind of need something to keep my throat wet. That's pretty hot, though. Let it cool down a little bit. You should hear this, Roland. He was just telling me about Xenos and the rebellion. What you have to understand is that it was not a simple matter of numbers. The bulk it never even took the field. It was Xenos' stratagems that won the war. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. His formations were unorthodox, bewildering. We honestly thought we had him on the back foot. One moment we were pressing home our advantage. The next we were surrounded and at his mercy. And then he stood before us, his cornered prey, alone, unarmed. He beckoned us to come forward and fight for our lives. One by one, my comrades charged, fearless and unflinching. He would dance amidst the blades for a time and then draw close as if to embrace. One after another, he made us watch. Do you understand? He made us watch. What kind of monster enjoys killing people? I do not think there was any joy in it, nor justice, nor morality, nor meaning to him. The weight of one life is no different than that of 1,000. A challenge had been issued and was accepted. But in finding us no challenge at all, his objective changed. There were tales of Imperial soldiers being flayed for slaughtering families, for breaking brave men's spirits. Only later did I come to understand why. He did not desire obedience. He desired hate, and men consumed by it. A new battle, a new enemy, a new challenge. The hunt, I am told he called it. A hunt without end. And when all the best lay dead and broken, he left. He left, muttering that we had bored him. But our weapons at least held his interest, for he took a fallen samurai's sword, having grown fond of it. Since that day, he has ever wielded Far Eastern blades. He is said to be fascinated by ones with storied histories, and so soldiers who seek to curry his favor often present those of defeated enemies as gifts. It's like it's all a game to him. People are suffering, dying, and he's collecting swords. We all feel the same, but my lady, you must understand. On the battlefield, reasons do not matter. The victor is not the just, but the strong, and the strong become the heroes of the tale. We were not strong enough. And it's not sufficient to be right, to be just. Without strength, our path has but one end. Mayhap a brief respite is in order. Were I 20 years younger, these wounds would not warrant second glance. Alas, no samurai has the strength to defeat that villain old age. But what say you in the House of the Fierce? Compared to your rising stones, I concede it may somewhat seem lacking. But it has been a haven these past 10 years to all who set Doma free. Regrettably, our efforts in that time have come to little else. When the Emperor died, we were so sure the hour of our liberation was at hand, but Xeno soon put paid to that. With the aid of Yosetsu and the secrets she sold her own people out because she hates them. All right, back to Yuguri. Yuguri! Oh, I'm taller than Yuguri, look at that. Roland, I do hope you have taken this opportunity to rest and recover. I was supposed to be resting? It's well that you spoke with one of the survivors of the massacre. To defeat one's foe, one must first understand his true nature. As the Alamegan resistance that has struggled, so too has the Doman Liberation Front. More so, perhaps, given the precarious position in which we find ourselves in the wake of our doomed rebellion. We are few and our enemies legion. We are weak and they are strong. Yet with your help, I believe that there is little we cannot achieve. I only hope the depth of our predicament has not shaken your commitment to our cause. Never. Victory will be ours. Aye, that it will. With the hero of Erosia on our side, we cannot lose. We'll see, I guess. Okay, that's one we would take. The stubborn remainder. The stubborn remainder. Now then, I should be glad to discuss our next course of action. Though now that I think on it, I myself have been away from Doma for some time, and even after my return, the search of Lord Hien commanded my full attention. Mayhap it would be both our benefit if we were to see the reality of Doma for ourselves. For did my lord not bid me to learn the truth of her heart? Let us do this together, Roland. Let us go among the people with our own eyes and bear witness to their hardship. As a foreigner in these lands, your reputation does not precede you. Moreover, unlike Kosetsu, I can accompany you without attracting unwanted attention. I'd like to join if it's all right. By all means, we should be glad of your company and your perspective. Namia is not far. I say we begin there. Back out into the water, I guess. Which way we go here? This way? I think it's... There's a guard over there. I think that's it. Thank you for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for letting us swim underwater. We don't have to worry about holding our breath. Can't fly here. Oh, she changed into some kind of plainclothes. We don't have any, so that I know of. Roland, I'm glad to see that you too put thought into your garments, given the covert nature of our activities. Which, she's saying that, but I didn't change my clothes. So, and you don't have to. I don't know what else I'd put on. I could put that shepherd outfit on, but I don't see any point in it. More importantly, as to how I dress, is to how I act. And that's going to be important. I should think my reason's obvious. To enter the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless. We shall pose as traveling merchants, Roland as our leader, and we as his assistants. Are there any objectives? I'm not really the merchant type, but if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Then without further ado, let's begin. First thing we're going to do is grab this etherite so we can get around. And in looking around, you'll notice that we have a letter carrier over there if we need letter delivery. There should be... there's a mender over there. Okay, so we have all the amenities in this little village. We've got etherite for teleporting. We've got a falcon porter if we need to fly between area to area. A mender. I don't know. When's the last time I mended? My armor might be a little bit used. It's not too bad. I'm down to 84%, 79 in some cases. Let's go ahead and repair it while we're here, in case we get into a big fight. Okay, so the first one I did was what I was wearing. And then you can then go through all your inventory. Anything that's damaged, you can fix it. All right, let's see. Where do we start? Let's start over here. Now, this is where I'm going to go over, you know, it's not necessarily what I'm dressed as, but the way my actions are. What are my actions? Now, remember, she said we're supposed to be traveling merchants. You, a merchant? Forgive me my skepticism, but you strike me less a man of commerce and more a common sellsword. She's going by the way I look. But how am I going to act? Give me your best impression. Give your best impression of Hancock. That's the thing you don't want to do. Because he's from the city. These are country folk. So I'm just going to give her a big smile. I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. I pray you forgive me my earlier rudeness. It has been some time since the Viceroy came to our village to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared a little better. We who remain know better than to risk her ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. If they demand conscripts to send as soldiers to the other provinces, we obey. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I nor anyone else here can afford it. Okay, now you know where the wolf people come from. They come from this area here. We've seen a few of them before, but they never went into it in depth, what they are, what they're like. A traveling merchant. With meat, perchance? Bah, better not know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me. You know not the Lupin? Surely you have not been long in Yangxia, else you would. For generations we served the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were, but the memories of such times fade with every passing day, as others will tell you. So now we know they're called the Lupin. Foreign peddlers in Namia? Whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Saying that, I know of no villagers in Yangxia that has fared any better. Once I would have directed you to samurai lords of Monzin, had they not all died in battle or in the purges. There is the Doman Enclave, of course, but that lies beyond the Dayu. Moon Gates. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass. So those are those big doorways if that's what you want to call them. You're in the water, and you have to go by boat through these big entryways, but they're all covered with magnetech, and you can't pass through. They've got that place sealed off. The Imperials, that's where they're at. All right, let's go down here. Looks like I'm lost. Over here? Here we go. There's a merchant over there. Hanami. Weren't you the one who came with the general? No? I see. My mistake. It warms my heart to see traveling merchants in Namai again. Though the Imperials never sealed our borders, folks like you have taken to avoiding Yangxia ever since the rebellion. Unfortunately, that has only made it harder for us to survive. You may have noticed, but we lack for a great many things. It was not much better before, true, but it was only gotten worse. All right, back up to top maybe? Oh no, down where we first met. Roland, what have you learned? Yeah, it sucks to be here. That's what I've learned. It sucks to be Doman. Lisa and I encountered much the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment, but not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Heen to return, and without him, the ones we leave behind. Let us not yet lose hope. Though the situation in Namai is bleak, mayhap it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak with others outside the village. Lisa and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Roland, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot all have given up into despair. All right, so we're heading south, I guess. By ourselves. This way? That person right there, that's another player. They're mining ore and stuff for crafting. And those little orbs that are floating around, those are for protection. When you're a miner or any other gatherer of goods, whether it's wood or ore, copper ore, iron ore, you're vulnerable because you're low level, and even if you're higher level, you're not a fighter. You don't have armor on. You've got gathering clothing and stuff, so you're easily killed by almost anything that's around. But those orbs that's a spell you can cast to protect you while you're out gathering things. So you're not killed by ants and and birds and anything else that wants to attack you. Find people in distress. Go away. It's still following me? Yes, it is. All right, let's get our bow out. Set him on heal. All right, I want to bring up something that I saw in a video recently where the person had a hard time because he couldn't finish the fight that he was in because he couldn't see. Well, it was a woman actually. She couldn't see, and so there's a way if you go into your character targeting. I think it is. Let's see. Is that it? Okay, here it is. Okay, so you go into control settings, and then you tab over to character, and come down here. Now these battle effect settings here that are in the center. Okay, so when I'm casting my spells and all the lights and flashing and all that stuff is going on, that's kind of cool to watch if it's just you playing. But imagine you're in a party of 4 or 8 other people, and all 8 of you are casting crap around. You literally can't see where your target's at. So there's a way to control that. The first one is to show all of your effects. These are your own effects here. You can have it to all, or you can just show a limited amount. So it will cut it down to like 1 or 2 things instead of all of that stuff that's going around. Or you can say, don't show any of it. Just show me jumping around and, you know, and waving my arms, but don't show me any of that lightning and all that stuff. Normally, I like to see my own stuff because I know what I'm targeting. I don't know what my party's targeting. And so with my party, I put that on show me limited amount. I'll only see 1 or 2 of their things. And then I don't do PvP, but if I did do PvP, I would probably show none at all. So that's how you control that. I usually leave show all on mine, show limited on party and others. Well, this is excluding PvP, so this would be others. So anybody else that's doing anything, I put on limited. So anyway, that's just little maintenance there. It might help you out if you can't see who you're supposed to be fighting because of all that. See how much there is? Every move that I make has its own lightning and flashy, and some of it's a lot, some of it's just a little. But it's easy to lose yourself visually if you don't control that. Again, I don't worry too much about it if it's just me because I know where my target's at. But if I had 8 other people or 7 other people in here all doing the same thing, and they're telling you to concentrate on one mob, and you can't see where that mob's at because everybody's doing all of that, it might be that you could turn it down or turn it off if you're having trouble. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. What am I doing out here? Well, I'm looking for flowers. I need some for my parents' graves. The ones that my brother and I usually bring are yellow because it was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? Well, not really, but I can help you look. Let's go help her out. There we go. Golden carnation. Caterpillar's got it. Give me that flower. Oh boy. We got an add-on. A rhino beetle. Alrighty. Bring yellow flowers to Azima. We must have got one off that caterpillar. I hope. Where'd she go? Wasn't she down here? Oh. Maybe I'm... Oh, okay. It was around this corner here. No, Rhino Beetle, leave me alone. I don't think it'll follow me this far. Azami? Is that how you pronounce that? Only yellow ones will do. Mother wouldn't have wanted anything else. Well, there's that. That's pretty yellow, if you ask me. Ah, you found some. Thank you so much, sir. That's twice you've saved me now. If you have some sort of time to spare, maybe you could come with me. I'm sure Mother and Father would want to meet the man who showed me such kindness. We buried them on a cliff to the west of the village. There's a path through the terraces. I'll show you. I don't know who she is. Must be something different than what I'm doing. I'm not sure where to go. I have to go up, it says. I think I'm lost. Oh, I don't know where to go. Up higher. How do you get there? I think I needed to cross that bridge. Up that way, I think. This is where it'd be handy if you could fly. You know what I mean? Whoa. Well, that's tight. Yeah, I think she's up there. Okay. How do I get up there? Whoa. Stay away from the beetle. It might be easier if I get back the camera off a little bit. All right. Wow, she did put them up here, didn't she? There she is. Oh, she put her parents under a big tree on a cliff with a view. Oh, man. Oh, look. Air current. My tea is starting to cool down. I've got it on a burner up here, so it does cool down. The burner doesn't keep it scalding hot, but it keeps it pretty warm, though. We're here. Just give me a moment to put down the flowers, and I'll introduce you. It's sad. They love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell one about your homeland? Azima. Azima, are you still there? Are you there? Azima. Oh, it's him. What in the... You should not be here. Get away from my sister. Don't be so rude. He saved me from monsters, brother. He even helped me pick flowers for Mother and Father. Go back to the village, now. You're scaring me. I said it, go. Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister is the only family I have. If you saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. I'm not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here. So please, I'm begging you, just leave us alone. Is that really what you want? How many times do I have to tell you? If they find you here, we're the ones they'll punish, and it'll be 1,000 times worse than before. My mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Kian, or Kian. They came home on a cart driven by Imperial soldiers. The soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they'd burn the whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us into the village square with their hands, with sticks, with anything. They kicked us while we lay on the ground, begging for mercy. They made us denounce my mother and father, call them fools, and call them traitors. Say they deserve to die. I heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is a wrong word in the wrong ear, and they'll return, and then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. You can't help us. No one can. And this is all we've got. So please, don't take it from us. Sad. Hang on. You're come at a good time, Roland, but we recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? I was not aware of these events. The boy, is he? He told you all of this? Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down. Forgive me, that outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions and in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Hien have foreseen this, that our people's spirits would be broken so? Though at first I scoffed at his pronouncement, it feels all too possible now that he might resolve to surrender himself. A new ruby tithe. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. We should return to the House of the Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide. Okay, we're about to have a visit, I think, from the Imperials. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I've already been through my time. So I'm going to stop right here, and we'll carry on in the next episode and find out what's happening here. I hope you had fun. I hope to see you back in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. and I'll see you later. Ta-ta for now.